Yo, I am Manat Sharma from Olive Board, and I'm here with the live mint analysis that we do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, this is very important from your exam point of view. Okay, we try and discuss the news in detail, and along with that, we do a few MCQs also at the end. We try to link everything with the static portion so that your newspaper analysis is done in a very holistic manner. Okay, I hope my audio and video is clear to all of you. Right. Just let me know in the comment section so that we can have the class in a smooth and continuous manner. A very good morning to you, Sudarshan. Before I begin, if you want to download this YouTube class PDF, you can do it from the Olive Board app. Just go to the courses section. There's going to be a separate folder of YouTube class PDFs. You can download the PDF from here. Okay. Now let's see what are we going to cover in today's session. The first news is that India's services sector growth cools in September 2025 as demand softens. So we are going to talk about our services sector growth. Okay, then bank financing of corporate deals may steal private credit's lunch. So we are going to differentiate between financing provided by banks and financing provided by the private credit lenders. है ना? Okay. Audio little low. Okay. Just a second, Sudarshan. I will check it out. Okay. I hope it is clear now, Sudarshan. Okay, now it's fine. Take care. Okay. So next, farm scheme to open wider for agri-tech companies. We're going to talk about a scheme, a farm scheme. Let's see what that scheme is. Then public procurement from micro and small enterprises. We're going to talk about that. India simplifies rice exports to non-EU European markets. Then we're going to cover a few fact-based news, and at last we're going to cover some MCQs. Okay, sure. Then let's begin. The first news is that India's services growth cools in September as demand softens. So the growth, see in August we saw that there was a peak in the demand during the in the services sector. 15-year high in August. Services sector reached 15-year high in August. But now in September, it has slowed down. Okay, because of softer demand, slower export growth, intensified global competition. Right? Then, this is according to HSBC India Services PMI. Here it is important to know what is this Purchasing Managers Index. Does anyone know what is this Purchasing Managers Index? Any idea about this index? What is the meaning of this index, PMI? Anyone? So here HSBC India Services Purchasing Managers Index, which is compiled by S&P Global, it fell to 60.9 from 62.9. See this PMI, under this what do we do is we survey a few investors, we survey businesses and all. We try to understand and ask them that what is your confidence level? What do you think? Are the businesses going to contract or expand? Now, if the value is greater than 50, that means we are going to see expansion. If value is less than 50, we are going to see contraction. If value is equal to 50, that means it is neutral, no expansion, no contraction. Okay? This is your uh, purchasing managers index. Very important. Okay? Now, we can see over here that it cooled down from 62.9 in August to 60.9 in September. That means value is above 50 only, but it has comparatively relatively reduced from 62.9. Okay? Okay, the PMI has now remained above 50-point threshold for more than 4 years. That means there is sustained momentum in this area, in the services sector. Okay, now what are the reasons for the slowdown for this month? It is because new business gains and tech investments they supported growth. However, overall momentum eased due to softer export demand, heightened global competition, cost control measures by the firms. These are the reasons why we saw a slowdown. Okay, I hope this is clear to all of you. Then there are certain external factors also which has led to slowdown. It can be because of Trump's policies, right? It can be because of the stricter H-1B visa norms, higher application fees. They have limited mobility of Indian professionals in the US because of reciprocal tariffs. All these are impacting our services sector slowdown. Plus, US spending has been tighter. There is this rising protectionism, slower deal conversions, margin pressures for Indian IT companies. Cost efficiency goals are pushing US clients to expand offshore delivery and global capability centers in India, but still we are seeing a slowdown in this area. Okay? So, this SHPC, India Services PMI, it covers around 400 firms in multiple services sectors: consumer services, transport, IT, information and communication, then finance, insurance, real estate, business services. We get to, survey these many firms. ठीक है? चलिए. I hope this is clear. I hope PMI as an index is clear to all of you. Then we have the next news, which is related to bank financing of corporate deals may steal private credit lunch. Now, what this news is that अब क्या हो रहा है that banks now are going to finance corporate buyouts. Corporate buyouts, what does it mean? When one company buys the other company. When one company buys other companies, this is known as corporate buyouts. Right? Now, what is happening is, pehle these corporate buyouts, the financing for these were usually from the private credit lenders. But now banks have come here in this ambit. Now banks can also finance these corporate buyouts, which is slowing down this private credit lending scenario. ठीक है, so RBI in its statement on development and regulatory policies released on 1st October 25, alongside this MPC statement, monetary policy statement, proposed allowing banks to fund corporate buyouts. So now RBI has allowed banks to fund these corporate buyouts. ठीक है, this could disrupt the fast growing private credit industry, the institutional lenders and all, other institutional lenders and all. Okay, private credit industry ko it might disrupt by giving banks a greater role in acquisition, financing, deal picking, structuring corporate transactions. Good morning, Bhakti. It's okay. I hope you're doing well now. You were not well, right? ठीक है. So, what is the motive behind RBI's move? RBI's proposal is described as proactive and progressive. They want to reduce the cost of capital. They want to enhance capital availability for these financing avenues. They want to support long-term economic growth, improve deal-making flexibility. Okay, so I hope you've understood now. The banks can also finance these corporate buyouts. If I talk about the private credit market, it has seen a strong growth in 2025. Total deal value reaching $19.7 billion, making a 53% increase. Right? Then, if we talk about the largest transaction in this segment was $3.1 billion buyout by Shapurji Palonji Group's investment arm. So this private credit market is growing a lot, and now that banks have entered into this ambit of financing the corporate buyouts, now this credit industry, it is going to reduce. It is going to what do you say? This private credit market, this growth is going to slow down. Bhakti Singh, but class schedule is not shown. How even I could not see, in the recents, I could not see this class scheduled. You're right. And now, I don't know what's the problem with this, but chalo. Then, who are the key private credit players? BlackRock, Blackstone, KKR, Apollo Global Management, Ares, Brookfield, Edelweiss, Northern Arc Capital, Avendus. All these are the private credit players in India. ठीक है? Now banks are entering into this acquisition financing. So banks का क्या है? Why banks are going to benefit? Because they have lower cost of funds. They can provide credit at a lower cost. They can provide money at a lower cost, lower pricing, simpler loan structures, muted corporate rate growth. They provide short to medium term loans also. But private credit में ease of financing is not there. ठीक है, cost of funds is also higher as compared to the banks. ठीक है, I hope this is clear. So banks can lend at lower interest rates, 10 to 12%, है ना, which than the private credit firms. Private credit firms can lend around 14 to 15%. Banks 10 to 12%. ठीक है, because of these lower costs of funds, people might prefer bank financing only, and this private credit market growth is going to slow down. ठीक है. So, what are the risks and safeguards? If banks finance acquisitions, risks may arise from leveraged buyouts or share pledges, which could expose the banking system to corporate default risk. This is one problem. Plus, RBI is also expected to introduce tighter monitoring norms, tight monitoring reforms and all. है ना? And it is going to reshape the financing landscape. It is going to it could lead to lower financing costs for the corporates, which is a positive thing. Fine. I hope this second news is also clear to all of you. Next is farm scheme to open wider for agri tech companies. So we're talking about this uh, public private partnership for integrated agriculture value chain development scheme. So what is this scheme? Let's read about it. What is this news? Let's read about it. Now government is planning to relax eligibility criteria under this agriculture incentive scheme. So eligibility criteria ko we are going to relax in this agriculture incentive scheme, which is public private partnership for integrated agricultural value chain development scheme. What is the aim of the change? Greater participation of agri-tech startups, farmer producer organizations, private agribusiness companies by lowering the minimum number of farmers required per project. What is the aim? We want to we want that more and more agri-tech startups should participate. FPOs, private agribusiness companies, they should participate. And how are we going to let them participate? By lowering the minimum number of farmers required per project. ठीक है, so objective of this move is more inclusive, accessible for small players in the agriculture ecosystem, to enhance collaboration between public and private entities, to benefit the small farmers, FPOs, agri-tech entrepreneurs by easing entry barriers to government backed agriculture value chain projects. So now it will be easy for them to be a part of the government projects. ठीक है, so currently a minimum of 500 farmers in the plains were allowed, 250 farmers in northeastern and hilly states were allowed. Projects currently could have these members. ठीक है, each project capped at 10,000 farmers per project. And because of this criteria, the small scale farmer producer organizations, agri tech startups, they could not qualify for government support. They did not get government support only. So now what is the proposed change? That Union Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, they plan to reduce this minimum farmer requirement. They want to increase this minimum farmer requirement so that more and more people can take up government support. More and more small scale FPOs, agri startups, they can participate in the scheme. Okay? Now what is this scheme basically? It aims to strengthen agriculture value chains by integrating farmers, agribusiness, technology providers through PPPs. Through public private partnerships, we are trying to integrate different stakeholders so that we can improve our agriculture value chains. It currently brings together 27 government schemes right now. It supports involving value addition, post harvest management, infrastructure development, logistics, processing, marketing. Okay. What are some benefits of this relaxation? Startups and small agribusiness, they will now have fair chance to access subsidies, funding support. It will encourage technological innovation in agriculture. They will gain access to improved agri infrastructure, market linkages, value added services. These are the benefits of this scheme. As of now, 8 projects worth 200 crore have already been approved. है ना, for example, यूपी में a potato cluster project by Agri Smash Private Limited involving 750 farmers, total project 300 crore, has received approval. Right? What are the expected outcomes? Broader participation from private sector and startups, integration of small farmers into value chains, improvement in agriculture infrastructure, value addition, market competitiveness, long term boost to rural income. ठीक है? So your homework for today is you are going to read about this scheme in detail. The scheme is in news, that means you might get a question from here. ठीक है? PPP AVCD, which is your public private partnership for integrated agricultural value chain development scheme. Okay? चलिए. Next, public procurement from small biz source. What are we talking about? Public procurement, wherein the public or wherein the government procures or buys from the people. That is what is called public procurement. So, government purchases from MSME. See, what happens is under the public procurement policy of the government, procurement in the sense, for example, the government wants 100 chairs. Okay? Out of this, there is a mandatory requirement that 25%, that means 25 chairs out of these 100 chairs will be taken up from the MSMEs. We are going to buy from the MSMEs. Okay? This is the criteria. Out of this also there are subdivisions that 4% from women entrepreneurs and a 3% from SC ST ऐसे ऐसे करके there is division. ठीक है? So we are talking about procurement growth over here. Government purchases from MSMEs in the first 6 months of financial year 26 reached 45% of the total procurement. So now these MSMEs say procurement has increased from this 25%. It has increased to 45% from these MSMEs. That means government is focusing on improving MSMEs, improving the growth of MSMEs, procuring from them so that they can grow MSMEs. ठीक है, centers procurement from MSMEs on GEM portal in the first half of financial year 26 total 1 trillion rupees, which is 45% of the total procurement through this platform. ठीक है, then government's public procurement policy mandates at least 25% of the total orders from MSMEs, but we have increased this limit 45% in financial year 26. Both GEM and MSME Sambandh portals are very important in facilitating public procurement from MSMEs. I hope you know what is the Sambandh portal, what is this government e-marketplace portal. This is your homework, you're going to check these also out. MSME definition was amended. Write down in the comment section and tell me what is the amended definition of MSMEs. Investment, turnover, micro, small, medium enterprises. What is the investment limit and turnover limit? Write down in the comment section and tell me. You should know about this amended definition. Okay? And it is expected that in the second half, this is going to strengthen further. If you see MSME contribution to economy, it constitutes over 90% of India's MSME sector, which plays a very important role in employment generation, economic output. It plays an important role in exports also. Right? Fine. So your investment is 2.5, 25, 125 crore. ठीक है, and 10, 100 and 500 crore. This is your revised limit. So if your investment is 2.5 crore and turnover 10 crore, you will be considered as a micro enterprise. If 25 crore investment, 100 crore turnover, a small enterprise, and 125 crore investment, 500 crore turnover, medium enterprise. Right? This is the new classification of this year of these MSMEs. ठीक है? Then we have another news that rice exports to Europe's non-EU markets gets easier. So what is this news over here? That we have relaxed the inspection norms for non-EU Europe. The government issued a notification on 4th October exempting rice consignments headed to non-European countries from mandatory certification. So now when we are going to export rice to non-EU European countries like UK, four nation EFTA, which is Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, Switzerland, and other non-EU European destinations, we are going to exempt the rice exports from mandatory certification on the Export Inspection Council. So अभी तक क्या था that on this Export Inspection Council, mandatory certification is required. Mandatory certification is required if you want to export rice. ठीक है? Now they have relaxed this norm. Key for these non-European countries, not required to. uh, obtain certification by this Export Inspection Council. Okay, this will come into this will be force this will be in force till April 2026. Okay, and there are other countries which are going to benefit like Turkey, Serbia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Albania, Moldova, other non-EU and EFTA European destinations. They are going to benefit from this. ठीक है. This is why are we doing this? Because we want to diversify our exports. We want to enhance our export competitiveness. We want to, yeah, and there are certain other broader initiatives also governments. These relaxation aligns with government's broader goal of making India's export environment more efficient and competitive. ठीक है? It's fine. So the government estimates that agriculture exports could reach 51 million dollar tons in uh, financially 24, underscoring potential for significant growth through such policy interventions. ठीक है? Okay. Suresh is saying audio is not clear. Is it not clear, Bhakti, Sudarshan, others? Just let me know. Is the audio not clear? It should be clear from my side because it looks fine from here. I'm checking it over here. It looks fine. Bhakti is saying it is good. It is fine. Chalo. If it's fine, then we will continue. Chalo. So these were your important news articles. Now there are a few fact-based news. Let's quickly read it out. First is, why are cough syrups in the news yet again? So cough syrups, we are seeing that they are, time and again they come into news because of their health impacts, maybe because they cause deaths and all also, right? So if I talk about child deaths in India, at least 11 children in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, they have died after consuming contaminated cough syrups. Where? Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. It is seen that there is this diethylene glycol and ethylene glycol which is found in these syrups, and these are very harmful. Okay, these are kind of chemicals which are very harmful for the body, which are leading to deaths of these children in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan. We had seen this news, from different countries also. We were exporting our cough syrups, and over there it caused deaths of the children. ठीक है. Samples of cough syrups, especially gold fuzz manufactured by Srisan Pharma in MP and Doc 1 Max from Marian Biotech in UP, they have found to contain this diethylene glycol and ethylene glycol, which is very harmful. These are chemicals which are basically used in the industrial work. These are toxic industrial chemicals which is used in antifreeze and brake fluids. Now that is found in syrups, which is impacting the health, right? So, which are the companies which are affected? Srisan Pharma, Marian Biotech, Maiden Pharmaceuticals, QP, Pharmachem. Right now, Union Ministry is promoting a central problem approach, suggesting that this is a systematic issue and we need to address this problem. Okay, over 100 drug samples have been collected and tested, revealing 13 failed samples. That means out of these, 13 samples have been failed, and if people consume this, that means this is going to impact their health. है ना? 19 medicines from Himachal Pradesh have been recalled due to suspected quality issues. We see international incidents also, है ना? कि there were child deaths in Gambia, Uzbekistan, है ना? As well as other countries like Indonesia, Micronesia, Republic of Congo. In all these countries, we have seen deaths because of these syrups which these people consumed, which the children consumed. Right. So, US Food and Drug Administration states that OTC drugs for cold and cough are largely ineffective for children under 6, and it is causing side effects for them. ठीक है. There are dangerous ingredients like hydrobromide, which is a common ingredient in cough medicines. It can cause side effects like sleeplessness, fast heart rate, seizures in children. This is a very important issue which needs to be addressed as soon as possible because this is leading to deaths of so many children. Right. Then India targets safer, globally accepted medical devices. Again, from the health sector, we have this. that India is planning to set an ambitious overhaul of standards for medical devices. That medical devices, maybe we have to set certain standards. We have to strengthen the regulatory framework for the country's $12 billion market. This will align with US, Japanese, European Union quality benchmarks. Okay. If I talk about the role of Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, then it is an autonomous body under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare which is developing standards for medical devices. Okay, and we're also collaborating with Bureau of Indian Standards, which is the scientific body of IPC that discusses upgrading standards of medical devices. It is already auditing medical device companies, developing monographs which are outlined with the standards and specifications. We have this National Medical Devices Policy 2023, which emphasizes that Indian standard bodies proactively broaden their standards for product, processes, wireless technologies, and performance. ठीक है, India's medical devices market is valued at 12 billion US dollars. Currently, 60 to 70% of these medical devices are imported. So now we want to focus on Atmanirbharta in this also. ठीक है, goal is to grow the market to $50 billion by 2030. Reduce import dependence. We want to improve our quality and attract more and more FDI. We want that our devices should have global acceptance. Okay, we have these medical device rules of 2017 which require central licensing authority to classify these medical devices based on risk, underpin the regulatory framework. Then another news, BSNL 4G towers to be upgraded in 5G in 6 to 8 months India. So now these BSNLs, we are right now we are focusing on 4G network. BSNL ka we only have 4G network. Now we are going to upgrade to 5G within the next 6 to 8 months. This is the news. Okay? 5G network is going to be expanded across the country. Okay, this is very important for India's technological advancement because if you see that in especially remote areas, BSNL ही कामयाब है ना? We see that BSNL is the network where in remote areas, rural areas, BSNL you will find everywhere. So now we are trying to upgrade it from 4G to 5G. This Alliance are Made in India initiative. ठीक है, Prime Minister revealed 92,564 towers that connect various regions from Kanyakumari to Kashmir and Arunachal Pradesh to Bharuch. ठीक है, India as a catalyst of growth. India describes India as a catalyst growing at close to 7.8% of GDP growth in the first quarter. ठीक है, then the major issue is that we need to address the geopolitical turbulence also, which has reached a high, leading to protectionism and trade barriers. ठीक है, then last news for the day, Delhi breathes easy as farm fires decline sharply. See, what happens is we see that during this time frame, there's a lot of issue because of stubble burning. है ना? And in Delhi, Punjab, this area, there's a lot of pollution. A lot of pollution, but यहाँ पे we are seeing that this pollution has eased because of the pollution that is caused due to the stubble burning has eased. Why? We have seen a sharp decline in stubble burning in Delhi's four key agriculture states. They have seen a significant decline. ठीक है, improved air quality. Punjab and Haryana reported reductions of 93% and 51% respectively. Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh witnessed a decline of 27% and 20%. Overall, stubble burning incidents have reduced. ठीक है? And what is the major reason? Impact of extended monsoon. So there's a notable shift in this year's stubble burning season because monsoon showers. And we are having rains even right now in October also. We are having good amount of rain. ठीक है? And it has really helped in managing crop residue, reducing the need for burning also. The national capital authorities, other state governments, they have intensified monitoring enforcement efforts to curb these farm fires. According to ICAR, finding satellite remote sensing data confirms that sharp year-on-year decline in stubble burning has been seen in these four states. Okay. At the beginning of the stubble burning season, up to October 5, Punjab saw 122 farm fires, Haryana recorded 346 incidents, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan 25 and 19 incidents, Haryana 288 cases. But because of this monsoon, because of this monsoon showers, we are seeing that this is not creating as much pollution as it has created in the previous years. Okay, we've been taking preventive measures and awareness programs also. State governments are anticipating fewer incidents of stubble burning in Punjab and Haryana because there is growing awareness among the farmers. Adequate availability of crop residue management techniques is also there. Commission for Air Quality Management is actively involved in ensuring compliance and monitoring. ठीक है, a dedicated CAQM cell is also there in SAS Nagar in Mohali. ठीक है, for monitoring paddy stubble burning in Punjab and Haryana. Right? So these were the important news articles from today's newspaper. I hope you guys have understood. If you have, let's do a few questions and then we'll end the session here. ठीक है? First question here. Which of the following statements correctly describes the recent trend in India's services sector as per HSBC India Services PMI for September 2025? First, the services PMI rose sharply to a new 15-year high of 64.5 due to strong export demand. The services PMI declined to 60.9 from 62.9 in August. India's services sector contracted below 50 mark for the first time in 4 years. Sector's slowdown was mainly due to falling domestic demand and government policy tightening. Or E, the US protectionist measures helped accelerate India's export of IT sectors. John and Bhakti have given me B as the answer. What about others? B is absolutely correct. It declined to 60.9 in September from 62.9 in August, indicating softer demand and slower output growth. Right? Second question. What is the key implication of RBI's proposal to allow banks to finance corporate acquisitions? It will make private credit funds obsolete in the Indian market. It reduces risk exposure of banks to corporate borrowers. It will restrict banks from participating in any form of leveraged financing. Ensures that only foreign private equity players can fund corporate deals. Could disrupt the private credit industry by allowing banks to offer cheaper and simpler acquisition financing. Second question. Hmm. E, which is absolutely correct. It could disrupt the private credit industry by allowing banks to offer cheaper and simpler acquisition financing. Right? ठीक है, चलिए. Third question over here. Right, Sudarshan? First B, second E. Right, absolutely correct. Under the proposed relaxation in PPP AVCD scheme, what key change is the government planning to make to benefit agri-tech startups and FPOs? Increase minimum number of farmers required per project, reduce minimum number of farmers required per project to assess subsidies, right? Limit participation onto large corporates, introduce new taxes on private agri-tech companies, merge all agricultural schemes under Niti Aayog. Third question, what is the answer? Absolutely correct. Reduce the minimum number of farmers required per project to access subsidies. What is the primary reason cited for sharp decline in stubble burning incidents this year? Decrease in agriculture production, an increase in farmers' income, reducing need for burning, extended monsoon showers and strict monitoring, ban on all agricultural activities in the region, or mass migration of farmers to other states? Fourth question. Primary reason for sharp decline in stubble burning incidents. Absolutely correct. Extended monsoon showers and strict monitoring. According to Telecom Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia, within what time frame will BSNL's 4G network be upgraded to 5G? Immediately, 6 to 8 months, 8 to 12 months, 1 to 2 years, or within 5 years? Fifth question. Within what time frame will BSNL's 4G network be upgraded to 5G? Yeah, absolutely correct. 6 to 8 months, right? Sixth question. What percentage of medical devices in India are currently imported as mentioned in the article? 10 to 20%, 30 to 40, 60 to 70, 80 to 90, or less than 5%? Percentage of medical devices in India which are imported. Sixth question, what is the answer? Quickly give me the answer. Good morning, Sheikh. The answer is C, 60 to 70%. Absolutely correct. Seventh question, which of the following toxic compounds often found in antifreeze has been identified in contaminated cough syrups linked to child deaths? Paracetamol, ibuprofen, amoxicillin, codeine, or D-ethyl glycol? Again, very easy. We've done this. D-ethylene glycol. Question number seventh, what is the answer? Absolutely correct. D-ethylene glycol, right? Chaliye. Which of the following countries is not among those for which India has eased mandatory EIC inspection norms for rice exports? UK, Switzerland, Norway, Germany, Serbia. Eighth question. Not among those countries where we have reduced these EIC inspection norms for rice exports. Eighth question. Caps, acha. John is saying D, Germany. Absolutely correct. Bhakti said Serbia. It's not Serbia, Germany. ठीक है? Germany. Germany is not. UK, Switzerland, Norway, Serbia, they are. Okay? So John has given me the correct answer only, right? Which of the following is identified as a key factor contributing to the surge in public procurement from MSMEs in financial year 26? Question number 9. A reduction in government's mandatory requirement target from MSMEs, decreased use of digital procurement platforms like GEM, amendment to the definition of MSMEs, increasing eligible businesses, decline in overall number of MSMEs in India, a shift in government policy to prioritize large corporations over MSMEs. What is the answer for ninth question? ECC, the correct answer is C. Amendment to the definition of MSMEs, increasing the eligible businesses. Alright, so that is all from my side, everyone. If you want to connect with me beyond these sessions, then Mannat Educator is my Telegram handle. You can connect with me over there. Just type Mannat Educator. You will have access to my Telegram group. Okay? I hope it is clear, everyone. Just let me know in the comment section whether all these things are clear to all of you. We are going to meet up in the next session. Till then, keep studying. Wish you all the best. And I will see you all in my next one. Okay? Okay, Bhakti, John. Have a good day to all of you. And see you all in my next one. Bye bye. Okay, Sudarshan, you're welcome. All right. Take care.